if you had to survive and succeed the Japanese economic aggression. So this phase came in the avatar of Six Sigma, process management with a customer focus. And what did we get? Processes that were not only efficient, but also effective in the marketplace. It helped the US turn around in select industries. Europe adopted the EFQM at the same time, and the Japanese spread into Europe also, creating problems in Europe with economic aggression. Several organizations have benefited. Several organizations have had a turnaround. And the most noteworthy is GE, that adopted Six Sigma as a strategy. Moving into the next wave, is it enough to win a Baldrige Award or an EFQM award? Winning a Baldrige or an EFQM, you are the best amongst those who competed that year. And if you look at the scoring guidelines, the upper end of the scoring guidelines emphasize benchmarking of best practices. You can only score in the range 800, 750 upwards is if you are also doing benchmarking. It is not enough to improve, but you have to improve at a rate faster than your competition, within your industry or without. You have to be innovative. Performance excellence criteria have migrated from a core value, which was earlier managing for improvement, to managing for innovation. What is the basis of innovation? The basis of innovation is creativity. Creating ideas with your right brain. And to spark creative ideas, it's important to look at benchmarking cross-industry. In India, we have an example of a hospital called Arvind Eye Hospital. How many of you have heard of it? And what do you know about it? It has the highest volume of cataract surgeries in the world. How did they accomplish this? How could you do high volume cataract surgeries? They did cross-industry benchmarking for ideas, which they innovated. Which were the industries they benchmarked? Or which organizations did they benchmark? McDonald's and Pizza Hut. High volume, good quality, high velocity of processes, very effective with the customers. The oldest recorded evidence of cross-industry benchmarking is in the First World War, when the European generals needed to move from one location to another with their cannons, animals, soldiers, tents, and be ready for battle the next day. Who did they benchmark? A circus in America, to be ready for the show the next morning. Cross-industry benchmarking is vital if you want to make your processes a benchmark. And so, it's the fourth generation that we are currently in. Benchmarking best practices involves improving the processes that will take you to your vision. In other words, the strategic processes of your organization. If you want to deliver a world-class process. We've been at this for the last 4 years, courtesy Dr. Robin Mann, who invited us, BestPrax Club, into the global benchmarking network. And one of the services we offer is the BestPrax benchmark. The benchmark is available in 3 governance categories, and each governance category has its own set of areas that need to be assessed, where we do our harvesting. Last year we focused on leadership governance, and the winners last year were Eureka Forbes in one category and Birla White in another category. There was a third also. I seem to have forgotten the name. But we had 3 winners last year, and this year we are focusing on management governance, and from next year, commencing now, we will be offering all 3 governance categories in parallel for the 2012 BestPrax benchmark. What is this competition process? You do an online self-assessment with a tool we call the BestPrax Barometer and generate an assessment report for you. This assessment report identifies your gaps and harvests your best practices. The gaps are bridged through practices mining. We use the bpir.com substantially, plus the Indian knowledge bank that we have of practices. We innovate upon this, and you develop best practices. Where you have great practices, we work through creativity labs using creativity tools, right brain tools, to innovate and create next practices. Shortlisted are 10 best next practices for each organization. They compete for the BestPrax benchmark at the Conclave, and you have a panel of judges. We hope to have a GBN director each year, and you have 3 benchmark awards. This year, the finalists are Bajaj Electricals, Balco, Aditya Birla Ultratech, Kirloskar Oil Engines, TCS, Hindustan Zinc, and Yes Bank. The panel of judges for you today, as already introduced, are Dr. Robin Mann, Mr. Rafiq Somani, and I will be filling in for an absentee judge today. Thank you very much.